We'll start with the game that is going to be on ABC at 3:30, and this game is going to be your Armed Forces Bowl down in Fort Worth, Texas. I believe this is like TCU Stadium that hosts this bowl game. Battle of two very good group of five teams going to duke it out. You got Air Force, who at one point was a team that could have been in that New Year's Six bowl conversation, but they did fade late in the regular season. Air Force, unfortunately, in the month of November, was certainly not their friend by any means. Air Force, after starting 8-0, they have dropped their last four games. Two of those four games were decided by double digits. So Air Force is coming in on a 4-game losing streak, and they're coming to play against a James Madison team. A James Madison team that honestly should have been a conversation for a New Year's Six bowl, if we're being honest with ourselves. This James Madison team absolutely deserved to have a bowl appearance. I'm so glad that they were able to get a bowl appearance, courtesy of there not being enough 6-win teams out there. It should have also been allowed to play for a Sun Belt championship. I think they would have been Troy if they were allowed to do that. But that's just the tough reality of being in that probationary period. James Madison will be done with that after this year. But after all the screaming, all the politics, and all of the the politics were interesting. Like James Madison, remember when they had like Virginia Republicans and Democrats try to get the NCAA to remove the restrictions on James Madison? Like, you know how down bad wrong you have to be for Republicans and Democrats to agree on anything? Do better, NCAA. You'll have to do better. Now, James Madison will be without their head coach. Curt Kennedy, he is no longer going to be at James Madison. He is off to Indiana, and is going to take a few of his assistants as well. So his coaching staff is not going to be completely put together. But they will surprisingly have their quarterback, Jordan McLeod. Now, Jordan McLeod is in the transfer portal. He's going to be likely not with James Madison after this season. But Jordan McLeod, he's a man of his word. He's going to stick with his team. He's going to play with his guys one last time. Then after that, he's going to go off to the transfer portal. So Jordan McLeod is going to play in this game, and they're going to need everybody. They're going to need everybody. Air Force is more than just that nasty running game. It's no secret what Air Force wants to do. They're a military academy. Military academies and the triple option, it's like burgers and fries. They just go together. It just makes sense. And so if you're James Madison, you know what you need to do. Running is everything for Air Force. Despite their name, they don't go to the air very often. If Air Force is able to run the ball for more than 240 yards, they're a shoo-in to win their game. However, many times in these last four games, three of their last four games, they haven't been able to do that. It's a team that has to average 5 yards to carry. They have to control the clock, and they have to find a way to make a dent in the, at least statistically, one of the best run defenses in the country. Because James Madison, oh baby, James Madison is not just good at stopping the run, it's at a historically great level. The last time we've seen something like this is 2021. That Wisconsin Badgers team, their whole season, they allowed just 61 rushing yards a game. And no one else in the past 15 years has came close to that. But here's James Madison right there with them, allowing just 61.5 yards a game coming into the bowl game. And only two teams have gone past 100 yards all year. Old Dominion and Georgia State, but that's it. That is the only two teams that have been able to actually get 100 yards on the ground, and Georgia State is the only team that average more than 3.2 yards a carry. So Air Force, we know what their strength is. Run the ball. But James Madison is strong at that. So how does Air Force even pull this off? Because Air Force it's banged up, it's struggling, it's totally lost its consistency that brought them to that 8-0 start in the first place. And now they're playing a James Madison team that is specifically built to stop the one thing on offense that Air Force can do. And it's a shame because this is a really good program at Air Force. This is a program that has won 28 games and been and won 2 bowl games over the last 3 years. And if you throw out that weird COVID season, there's a chance they could have made it 40 wins and 40 bowl victories over the last 4 full seasons. This Air Force team, listen, the guys that wear that Air Force uniform, they know how to fight through adversity and still find a way to produce. That's what that program is all about, producing young leaders that are going to lead our Air Force someday. So if you're Air Force, you got to find a way to to beat that James Madison front seven. You got to be clean with your penalties. You can't turn the ball over. And at the very least, with Air Force dealing with these injuries, they do have a chance to heal up over these past 2 weeks, and they get those extra bowl practices as well. The team has also won when their run defense is swarm, so Air Force knows how to stop the run on their own too. But I just look at this game. I mean, I don't know. Part of me wants to really pull for Air Force. I really does. But at the same time, no. At the same time, I have a difficult time seeing Air Force dominate in the ground game. And I think because of that, the spread is incredibly low on this game, right? It's at 1.5. This could turn to a splattering. It really could, because they're gonna be ready offensively. James Madison is. I don't know if I can say the same for Air Force. So really not much of a discussion here. I think James Madison is going to win pretty comfortably. And because the spread is so darn even, we think they're going to cover pretty comfortably as well. We're not going to give that a lot of thought. Might be a best bet. You might have to wait till after at the very end when we reveal those best bets.